Okay, thank you, Mr. Nathaniel Unwogu, right? Yeah, for joining us. Though we use Mathsman for coming up to share with us your experience, and I believe that it's going to be worth it for others to see and to learn. So, firstly, can you share with us your school, your the year you finished, and their graduate major and class of graduation, very briefly?
Um, Thank you, Mr. Lamide. I finished from Federal University of Technology, Owerri, uh, Department of Agriculture and Bioresource Engineering. I majored in soil and water engineering, class of 2018.
Okay,
I have
so
class of grade is 2-1.
okay, 2-1. Um, that's good. So you started applying 2018, right? When you finished.
No, I waited till 2019 when I was expecting to go for a national youth service, but then when I had some delays from our department due to our course advisor's inability to submit our results on time. I resorted to sending out emails then to some schools. I got McGill University, Canada. Unfortunately, I was not accepted then, so I had to go for NYSC.
Okay.
And during my
Um,
NYSC, I made my application.
okay. And wait, that's good. Like I like the brief summary. So like the application, what are the things you put in place like before you started applying? Do you have anything you put in place or you just bounced on it and started applying?
No, first of all, during application, I was taught that I need to get a kind of simple letters to professors. That's the one who commonly call code emails. So I got that down, drafted it, and sent out to some of my friends for review. And after that, I started applying. But before then, I've already got the student copy of my transcript. I was using my statement of result then because I have not got my certificate at that time. So those are the things I had in place. And then for recommendation, I was reaching out to my past lecturers. Yeah.
Okay, so you mean you were using your statement of results, not the transcript to apply. Is that
Yes.
possible?
Uh, I was using the two because I was doing then is at that moment I didn't have standardized tests. So I used to check some schools. I have to browse schools and program the one that have my programs, and they were not requiring standardized tests like GRE and TOEFL from Nigerians or something like that. So I made my research well before sending out emails to professors and as well as applying for admission.
Okay, so do you have any kind of platform you use to like for you to use for the search? Yeah. Do
Okay,
you use any platform? Yeah.
not really. I was just searching on Google. Like I would come to, for instance, Canada. I'll just be like, I will first check like universities in Canada. They will give me different universities. When I get to US, I go state by state. Universities in social state because I know US has so many universities, but I had to break it down to states. Universities in the social states, I would then check, or sometimes universities that offer agriculture and bioresource engineering. I then noticed one thing that the names we have in Nigeria are not really the same name they have here. So agriculture and bioresource, why some of them have it as agriculture and biological engineering, biosystems engineering. I had to go by the school details, like faculty of engineering. I will check anyone that has biosystems, biological engineering. I know it is related to agric engineering. Yeah. I go down to check the faculty.
Okay, I think I always tell people too that the name at which the course bears in Nigeria is different from the name it bears here in the US. So it's what they have to actually try to match together when they are trying to apply. So now, so when did you um, when did you start like submitting your application?
Okay. Before I forget, in 2020, I continued my application. So I applied to 5 scholarships: Mandela Rose Scholarship in South Africa, Iowa Scholarship at Cranfield University, World Bank Japanese Scholarship in Netherlands, and Alliance of Science Organization ANSO Scholarship in China. So I got two, because I also applied at Kwame Nkrumah University Regional Water and Environmental Sanitation Scheme by African Union. So I got that, and I got of Chinese. I rejected the one of Kwame Nkrumah University and then went for the Chinese offer. Yeah. After the Chinese offer, we couldn't travel to China because of the COVID-19. So we resorted to online class, which I finished my coursework, and we never heard anything about positive news concerning when we'll be leaving for China. So I had to start emailing again to professors in the US and Canada. And I got
Okay,
schools like, yeah, I got
okay, yeah,
schools,
yeah.
yeah, I got schools like Colorado State, University of California, University of California, Davis, University of Cincinnati, and Auburn University.
Okay, so why do you not pick up on amidst others?
Well, for Auburn, I actually had two professors from the same department. Yeah, but one opted for interview. So when she opted for that, that's my current supervisor now. I had to just keep calm on the other person. So seeing that this one has plan of interviewing me, I felt like she was more interested in me than the other person. So I had to do the interview with her. And after the interview, she told me that she'd be accepting me because her opening then was advertised. I think it was more competitive than just emailing professor privately. So it was after my interview, we spent a week before she reached back to me that she has interviewed so many other candidates. And
Okay, back to that point. So how were you able to get what's it called? The position?
okay, um, I think by the time I was applying, I had 8 published papers, including journal publications, book chapters, and conference papers as well. So and some other ones we submitted that were not published at that moment, but some of them were under review, some have been accepted. So I believe with that and my academic performance so far, like undergraduate, I had high CGPA, then the masters also, I finished with a distinction, the coursework. So I think those are the things that also paved the
Yeah,
way.
I think I grab that aspect of personal preparation. What I'm trying to say is that like, were you able to get the professor that that you will be working with in Hubble University? Do you send the kind of personal email? Do you get the offer on LinkedIn or like research kits? Where do you get the offer? Like,
No, I actually searched Auburn through Auburn to the department, and then it was even when I checked because she didn't publish her position on LinkedIn, but seeing that she has it on her research website, I just went straight to prospective candidate. From prospective candidate, I saw she had open postdoc position, she had MSc position and PhD position as well. So I reached out.
okay, now I got that point. So which means that you just go to Auburn University website, to your department, then to the faculty, which is a lecturer, then you try to see the ones that are working in your area. Then from there, you check their personal website. Yeah, I think that's actually another method in which people can actually go through. So it has been a nice time with you. Mr. Nat. So like, what's your advice for others that are trying to, get into graduate school soon? Do you have any
Yeah,
advice?
my advice is very simple. Um, I've heard from some friends that the application that got them out, got their hit, or just the only application they've ever sent out of Nigeria. So out of their whole countries. But I think the story about abroad studies is something that is multifaceted. So one can tell his story this way, and the other person has it. I think the most important thing is just commitment and resilience. That you're taking your own is taking longer doesn't mean that you won't get it. You just trust the process and keep it up.
So yeah, thank you for your time. I believe it's a wonderful time with you. The steps as which you pass through, so that others can also learn from it. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time, and I believe that others will be able to share their success story too. So with that, it's a wrap up. See you next time.
All right, thank you very much.